We're here again with my good friend Todd Stittleburg, Mr. Antler King himself, and this is one where I'm just going to turn around and say what I'm about to say and shut up. Todd, the reality is that the overwhelming majority of hunters out there do not have limitless acres.
Yep.
They do not have sprawling property. We're talking 10, 20, 40. If you're really lucky, a 60 or an 80 acre chunk. And that half acre that's open, now what they're not considering is a little bit of work with a dozer or a chainsaw, and you can open up quite a bit more. But what can these real world, I mean, so much of TV, so much of the articles, so much of all this stuff is catered to people that have more money than God himself, without being sacrilegious, please. Let's talk normal people for a change here. What can you do on limited acres to maximize your food production, Todd?
Great point, you know, because that is reality. Let's just say I've got a half acre, and that is all I have. I can't afford to bring in a dozer and clear more land, or it's too steep.
Or you just don't
want
want to.
Right. So let's maximize the tons we can grow on that acre. So always thinking 24/7, 365 food. If I had a half acre, I would plant that late summer in August, for example, end of August, first part of September with our fall, winter, spring. That's our cereal rye, and we've got some other goodies in there also with our radish blend and so on. So that's going to provide food for the fall, through the winter, and then in February and March, when the days start getting a little longer, we see more sun, that cereal rye will be the first thing to start growing. It's going to take off and provide very, very high protein and high energy for the whole deer family. And then in the spring, I'm going to till that under, and I'm going to plant like our clover mix, which will produce tons and tons and tons of forage. I'm going to mow that 2 to 3 times throughout the summer to keep it high in energy, to keep it high in protein. But throughout, I'm also going to really pay attention to the pH of the soil. You know, the very first thing is I would take a soil sample, find out what do I need to do to improve that. Get your pH up to a 7. Then when you apply fertilizer, 100% of the fertilizer can be utilized by the plants, and you're going to be producing so many more tons of forage on that plot.
What you're saying in a nutshell is if you go ahead and apply the appropriate level of, if you get your pH in the appropriate range, the plants can fully utilize the resources that are in the soil, the natural nutrition, along with the fertilizers that you've applied, and you're actually, and lime, real cheap compared to fertilizer.
Yeah, lime is very inexpensive, you know, in comparison to today's fertilizer prices. But on the same token, you got to think, this is the hand of cards I've been dealt with. Well, let's deal and let's play these as smart as possible. So test that soil, apply the lime, get your pH up, spread the proper amount of fertilizer, and then you can also come in and nudge it even some more with liquid fertilizers. You know, we have got a whole line of liquid fertilizers that are phenomenal in boosting production. So, you know, that, and then we can also even talk about planting trees. You know, I'm down in southwest Wisconsin. There's some very, very steep hills, as you well know. I couldn't put a food plot in a lot of places just because it's too steep, but I can plant an orchard.
You're darn right.
I can do chestnuts, you know, persimmons, I can do apples.
You can have your property logged like you're going to have this year.
Exactly, exactly, which is going to produce a lot more forbs and so on.
We are really good at looking at dirt and thinking food. We ain't so good at looking at trees and thinking food. That is so key. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Final thoughts brought to you by Huntworth. So the reality is, most of the TV shows, most of the articles, most of the stuff out there, it doesn't apply to regular people because they don't have 500, 5,000, 50,000 acres.
Correct.
They have very small properties. And what I'm hearing you say is what you do is, A, you play the hands you're dealt the best of your ability. You can sit there and cry and whine. No, you didn't put it this way, I am. You can sit there and cry and whine about how, God, I wish I had. Well, if you take that energy instead and put it into improving what you got, I mean, no, you're not going to have 5,000 acres, but the dirty secret is when you've got limited acres, you have to hunt it smart, and every improvement makes such a big difference. Todd, thank you for making us smarter once again.
All right.